Good day, everybody. Day two of my positivity challenge. Positivity. What are we going to be positive about? We're going to be positive that as the end user, what technology devices are important to you, which of those devices have important data to back up, as well as I wanted you in day one to make a list of all the websites and cloud services you use where you enter new data and or would be very emotionally distressing if you ever lose access to those websites or cloud services. So I had two tasks for you on day one. We're going to review it all right now. So day two, positivity challenge. In order to create a robust data backup plan, we need to know what physical technology devices you are using and what website and cloud services are crucial to your day-to-day workflow. This is what I do 7 days a week with businesses. This is what is included in a monthly support contract. We question end users on the devices that they're using, their business workflow procedures. If you're residential, you still have workflow because you know what you're using your computer for. You might be very mundane tasks like email and online banking, or you could be creating art. You could be doing a ton of different things on your computer. I don't know what you use your computer for, but you know what you use your computer for, or your iPad or your tablet or your phones or whatever other technology you're using. So this is a simple practice. I want you to document day one. I'll ask you to document all the technology devices you use on a daily or weekly basis and what your most used websites are. So day two, positivity challenge. This is a positivity challenge. I want you to set positive intentions so you can pinpoint what is important and needs to be backed up in your life, professional or business life, versus what doesn't need to be backed up. I run into this all the time. This is why we're going through the challenge. When somebody's business computer, personal or business computer, fails, and I ask them, first question I ask them, where's your data backup? It's on, where's your data backup? I sound like a broken record. Where's your data backup? All three of my branded vehicles have this question on them. Where's your data backup? Because it's, if you call for tech support, the first thing any technician should be asking you is, okay, what happened and where's your data backup? A lot of the time I'm interacting with end users and I ask them where their data backup is. And they pull open that drawer and they show me a USB drive or a thumb drive that has data on it from like a year or 2 years ago. Is it important data? That's up to you to decide. Usually you don't have an up-to-date copy of anything and the tears are going to start. So day two, positivity challenge. We need to discover what is important to you to back up and set intentions to be positive about this challenge, because there's usually a lot of negativity with data backup and how long it takes to restore data from backups. Computers, no matter how fast they are, if you got a ton of data, it could take hours, if not days, to restore your data. And I want you to have a realistic expectation of how much digital stuff you have and how long it's going to take you to restore it in the case of a disaster. So I'm going to go read the instructions for day two. Hello, my name is Michael Duffy, and I can help you protect your financial and emotional health through purpose, positivity, and authenticity in 3 days. Yes, within 3 days, you're going to be positive that you know what you have and how you're going to protect your important files for your personal life and business. Welcome to our 3-day challenge. Yesterday was day one assignment. Recap of day one. I asked you to make a list of technology devices that you use and input data into on a daily or weekly basis. I also asked you to make a list of websites that you use on a daily or weekly basis. My question for you on this day two of the challenge, out of all those devices you use, please So I asked you to grab a notepad and write down all the technology devices that you use. So next to those technology devices that you use, please list the data that you cannot live without. Would you cry or become angry if you lost any of these files forever? I get all the sob stories when people call and their stuff's dead and the local computer guy can't fix it. And they're like, "Can you help me?" And I'm like, "I'm going to send your device to data recovery. I don't know if we can help you until the professionals at data recovery look at your device and tell me the good or the bad or the ugly about your device." So this is what we want to think about. Would you cry or become angry if you lost any of these files forever? Contacts, calendar entries, photos, resumes, university work. I've had a lot of when people are writing books or their thesis. I've literally in a decade and a half, I've probably talked to at least a dozen people who lost a multiple page thesis because their computer crashed. And I'm like, why don't you, if your thesis is all of your life's work, why would you not have two copies of it? Two copies of it. I don't know. So again, would you cry or become angry if you lost any of these files? Contacts, calendar entries, photos, resumes, university work, continuing education data, Microsoft Word files, Microsoft Excel files, PDF files, selfie videos, home movies, downloaded movies, accounting data. Like the stuff you're putting on your laptop, your desktop, or your iPhone, your Android phone, your tablets. If you were to lose that, would it be devastating? If yes, write down the data that would be devastating if you lost it. You're going to hear some background noise. Take a few minutes and write down what you can't live without. Now, with those websites I asked you to write down, the websites you use on a daily or weekly basis, that might be social media, Google Docs, Office 365, online banking, online credit card accounts, online accounting software. Any other websites you use where it would be devastating if you lose access to them or all of your data or financials are manipulated in some way. Through purpose and positivity, we are documenting your brain workflow for your digital assets and setting ourselves up for success on day 3 of the Positivity Challenge. So I will see you tomorrow, day 3 of the Positivity Challenge. So make sure you do the homework tonight, and I'll post a text-based version of these questions on my social media shortly. Have a good night.